trouble, white knuckles, grip slipping, skin starting to burn. There's no telling what's coming or which way I'm gonna turn, but I'm open to hoping I'll always keep climbing. Leave all the doubts and the bad days behind me. Fear's got me cornered, twisted in knots. I think something's true, but it's not. Down at the end of my road, I'm staying open to hope. Time's wasting, heart's breaking. I keep chasing these shadows away, but if I'm breathing, then I'm healing, bringing light into my day. And I'm open to hoping I'll always keep climbing. Leave all the doubts and the bad days behind me. And fear's got me cornered, twisted in knots. I think something's true, but it's not. Down at the end of my road, I'm staying open to hope. I'll keep reaching up, I'm not letting go of the promise of peace that leads me to Time's wasting, heart's breaking. I keep chasing these shadows away. I'm open to hoping I'll always keep climbing. Leave all the doubts and the bad days behind me. And fear's got me cornered and twisted in knots. I think something's true, but it's not. Down at the end of my road, I'm staying open to hope. I'm open to hope.
My name is Mandy, and I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer at age 28, and I virtually had no symptoms. I went into my doctor because I was, my partner at the time, we were trying to conceive and we were having trouble, and so went in and I had an ovarian cyst, and we followed the cyst for about a year, and then we decided to take the cyst out because it was just there and we didn't want it to cause any problems. Had no idea what I was going to be waking up to. And after that surgery, I woke up and they told me I had cancer and that I would likely lose my ovaries. And being a 28-year-old woman, that means you're losing your chance to have children. So that was the most heartbreaking part of that. So then I went on and did the treatments, did the chemo, and another surgery and then the chemo. And then everything was okay for a year, and then my tumor markers started creeping back up. And that was a year after. And so I had another couple of surgeries to see what was going on there. And it had come back and it was growing like crazy. So I have a slow growing borderline type, so it's difficult to treat with chemo. So that was kind of the problem. But we tried many other kinds of chemo over the course of the next couple of years following that. So I've tried everything that they have available. And I've been to the Mayo Clinic and I've consulted with them several times. And at this point, I have active cancer right now, and I've had it now for 7 years. I'm just lucky to be here every day that I'm here.
Hi, I'm Brenda. I'm a 4-time cancer survivor. I'm a single mom of 2 boys, and my story starts just over 5 years ago in August 2011. But I was constipated. I was in emergency for about 11 hours when they said it's not that, it's ovarian cancer. Well, I've had cancer 4 times in just over 5 years. The first time was the ovarian, so you have surgery, and then after surgery, there's 8 weeks later, you have your first round of 8 rounds of chemo. The second time we were aware that the cancer was back, it was actually a bladder cancer, and it was easily removed with laser surgery, and I'm down to only getting checked for that once a year. But the ovarian was back again the second time. That time was a lot more. I was in the hospital for over a month for the surgery, and then again 8 weeks later, I did another 8 rounds of chemo. I'm scared to believe at this point that cancer won't come back, and I'm sure most cancer patients feel the same. But here I am, and I really feel now that maybe I have beat it. No parent is ever equipped to tell your children you have cancer. Nobody. That was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, was to have to tell my children. But I'd say my faith is strong, and I wanted my boys to see their mom fight hard for this and with dignity and strength. And I wanted them to either say she fought hard and she beat it, or, you know, at the very least, Mom fought it to the better end.
I'm Marilyn Williams, and I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer when I was 55 in 2008. And I had started losing weight without trying, so I thought it was an awesome thing, but turned out it was not a good thing. And I just had indigestion and just a little bit of pelvic discomfort. But our daughter and her husband and family, 2 little kids, were living with us at the time because he was working in the area just for a couple of months, and that's what saved my life, because she just urged me to go to the doctor, and so finally I did. But and so then they did an ultrasound and found the ovarian cancer. I was just shocked, and so, but when I told my kids, you know, when you tell them, but then I said, but I'm going to fight this thing. Well, then that puts that into your heart that you're going to fight it once the words are out. And they did surgery, and then I had chemo. But then 4 years later, I had a recurrence, and it was on my colon, and they took up 5 tumors. And then 2 years after that, I had another recurrence, and it was in my spleen. So they removed that laparoscopically, so that was a piece of cake compared to the other surgeries. So it's been 2 years now, and the tests all show clear. Nothing shows up, so I'm just keep on enjoying life. So each day, each month, each year is a bonus. You face your dragon. Once you face your dragon, the cancer that you're fighting is, and you automatically think when you're diagnosed, you think of death, and we don't want to be thinking of that. But once you face that and do all the things that surrounds that, like saying the words to the people you love, to get rid of the negative things in your life, take care of unfinished business, take care of the spiritual aspect of your life, prepare for death. That's the only thing you really get to leave this earth with. And once you finish all that, get that dealt with, then you can get on with the living, and then just enjoy life and the people that you cherish and the things you love to do, and just go out there and make the most of each day.
My name is Ann Chase. I was diagnosed April 3rd, 1998. I woke up in the morning and had a pain in my side, and And a few hours later, got an appointment with my doctor, and he sent me for an ultrasound. And as soon as I had the ultrasound, he sent me to Emerge. I spent a couple hours there having all kinds of tests, and they discovered I had a mass on my ovary. And 3 weeks later, I had surgery. I had a 7-pound mass on my ovary. They told me it was the size of a baby. The mass had twisted around into my back and was sitting on a nerve, and that's what caused all the pain. But it also probably saved my life, the fact that I had such pain, because before I was diagnosed, I had no symptoms. I had 2 little 2-year-old and a 6-month-old grandkids that I was babysitting every day. So I was very active, running, chasing after kids. So it was a total surprise. And I had a complete checkup 5 months prior to being diagnosed, so apparently it was missed. But I was very fortunate that the mass stayed encased in the ovary, and all I needed was surgery. I never had to have any chemo. So mine's a good story. So I guess the fact that I got away so lucky, I have spent the last probably 15 years working with ovarian cancer patients. I visit them in the hospital, I visit them in their homes. I go all over Saskatchewan and do education programs.
I urge people to get support. I belong to a great bunch of women. We go for lunch once a month. I had my sister, I call my chemo warrior. She was by my side for every appointment, everything. My family. But the one thing I find that it's great to have your friends and family with you, but to sit down with someone who also has been given the same news as you, that you have cancer, we get it. And that's support I find invaluable.
You join a club that you never wanted to join, but there's a lot of wonderful people in the club, and we encourage each other and give each other tips on how to survive the chemo, and they understand, they get it, they know what it's like going through it, where other people try to, but they can't really get it, So, nor should they have to. You don't want to be dumping everything on your family. It's hard on them. Cancer affects everybody, not just you. It affects everyone you're connected with.
Having a support network that you can rely on, and when you're having those days where things are scary, you need to really talk about the reality of the cancer and the disease. And sometimes it's hard to talk with your loved ones because they don't want to hear it. They're scared, they don't want to hear it. So talking to somebody who's maybe more removed from your situation, or a fellow survivor, that's really helpful. Because you have to get those things off of your chest. You have to have an outlet. And for me, I've used songwriting as an outlet for myself a lot. So you can just pour whatever you want on a page. I've been living with it for 7 years, and in that time I've learned how to play music and started writing songs and recorded albums and traveled and written songs with songwriters down in Nashville and made videos, and this video is just another thing that I've been able to do, and this has all happened since my diagnosis. So in a way, my diagnosis kind of kickstarted me to really live the life that I wanted to live. And so being I am in the stage that I'm at with my disease, every day I try to take as a blessing and just try to stay positive and focused on all the good things that I have going, and try not to let the fear of the disease win. So the title of my EP is Find the Good, because in every situation I've been through a lot of really difficult things in my life, and just looking for the good in every situation, or there's a lesson learned, or there's something to take from it. That's just what how I've lived my life.
Faith, family, friends, and fun. If you have those 4 things in your life, you can get through anything, because that's what surrounds you and keeps you going. And there's always something good to look forward to. So that's the main thing, I think, is to always keep something positive to keep looking for, and that's what gives you hope to go on.
I think anybody that's diagnosed, I think half the battle with any cancer, but especially ovarian, is to just be hopeful and not give up, just keep fighting.